Hardt and I'm an art director at Minerva. Today I'm going to teach you how to retouch and stylize a studio portrait.
So first what we're going to do is open up our picture in Photoshop. So now we've got our image, and to start working with it we're going to unlock the layer. And our first step is going to be to do some retouching with the spot healing brush. So just going to zoom in to kind of get the details better. And just kind of start retouching in areas that just need a little airbrushing. I'm going to clean up her eyebrows just a little bit, nothing too major. So now that we've finished touching up a little bit, we're going to start working with the lighting. So we're going to go up to layer and create a new curves layer. And we can see by working with curves, you can just kind of adjust the exposure and the contrast, and mess around with it a little bit to get the lighting that you want. But I want it kind of dark and dramatic lighting, so I'm going to lower it just a little more than normal. See how it makes the colors a little bit more vibrant and the background darker? And I'm going to up the contrast just a little bit. So now I'm going to start working with the shadows on her face a little bit. So I'm going to press Command N and make a new layer. And then I'm just going to rename it Burn and Dodge. And then I'm going to set the color mode to soft light and fill with soft light neutral color. So if we zoom in, we can kind of see that there's some more dramatic shadows on her face, so what we want to do with this layer is kind of even them out a little bit. Just kind of around the eyes and stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a brush tool and we're going to make it a smaller size so we can get in those crevices and turn the hardness all the way down. I'm just going to make my brush a little bit bigger. And then you want to make sure that the opacity is really low. I'm going to work with 10 so it's buildable, and switch the color that you're painting with to white if you're going to work with trying to lighten the shadows. So I'm just going to go in here underneath her eye a little bit and just kind of start lightening stuff up. And with the opacity so low, it's really buildable, so you can go over a couple times with it to get the effect that you want. It's kind of hard to tell the difference of what you've done, so we're just going to go ahead and turn on and off that top layer, and you can see the spots that you lightened up a little bit. This is how it kind of evens everything out. But we also want to start to get rid of some of the highlights too. So to do that, we're just going to switch our brush to be painting with black. Still make sure, and I'm going to make it a little bit bigger so we're working with less detail. And I'm just going to kind of go in, right, in some of the highlighted areas, just kind of even it out a little bit. And now I'm going to make a vignette over the picture just because I want to darken the edges a little bit and make it look more dramatic. So I'm going to make a new layer and then go over to the ellipse tool and drag the oval over the whole picture. Then I'm going to select the inverse because I just want to paint in the corners of the picture. So then I'm going to go to my brush tool and I'm going to make sure that I'm painting with a big enough brush just to make it go by a little bit faster, and that the opacity is not too low, but it'll paint something. And make sure I'm painting with black, and I can just kind of start filling it in the corners of the picture. And because we have the inverse selected, it's only going to color in the photos within the selection tool. So I'm happy kind of like where that's at. So now I'm going to go to the marquee tool and click off of it. But the edge is kind of harsh, so I'm going to want to go with a blur, just kind of soften it out. So I'm going to go back to blur and put another Gaussian blur on it. And as you can see, it just kind of softens the whole edge around it and makes it seem like a natural shadow. So I'll mess around with the pixel weight a little bit, but I kind of like where it's at. There you go. And that's going to be our final image, a nice dramatic studio portrait.
Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed.